Welcome TrailRecon, I'm Brad, and I am out here in Moab, Utah for Easter Jeep Safari 2022, and Jeep has invited us for the reveal of the Easter Jeep concept vehicles. And behind me, I have the Birdcage concept, which is pretty cool. What do you say we take a close-up look at it? So this is a Jeep Wrangler, but it is definitely a concept. It has had a lot of custom touches to it that I think are pretty unique. But I just want to start off with what this is. This is a 4xe, so it's a plug-in electric hybrid vehicle. And out here at the concept reveal, they have several of these, plus a full electric Jeep Wrangler. Jeep is leaning in hard into electrification, and I'm excited to see what technologies they begin to develop here in the future. I had a Jeep Wrangler 4xe for a little while, and I really liked it, but I still sticking to my internal combustion, but I'm looking forward to doing something with an electric vehicle in the future. I think there's a lot of potential there. Now the color on this, I didn't ask what the color is, but it's like this root beer with some metal flake, and in this sun, it pops. It looks really good. Now, starting with the front, you're gonna notice that our 7-slot grille here looks a little different. The slots are a little shorter than normal, and that's because they've made access for the winch to be put up underneath the grille, and then they've designed this tubular bumper, and this gives them a whole lot of extra ground clearance because they've tucked everything in, so when you're going up on those rocks, you're not going to smash your bumper right away. So that is a very unique touch. Now let's go to the side. Let's see what they've done with wheels, tires, and suspension. Now sliding over to the Birdcage's wheels, tires, and suspension, they've got some 37-inch mud terrain tires, and they're wrapped around some beadlock capable wheels. These are the Mopar wheels, and having 37s, you got to have bigger lift and a little more clearance. So there is a 2-inch Mopar lift back there, and they've got tubular fenders, and I really like how clean these are because you get a lot of extra clearance, but you still keep the design of the original lights on there. That's very nice. All right, let's go talk about why this is called the Birdcage, because it's pretty unique. So the Birdcage doesn't have a front window, and it's got this massive cage on top for mounting light accessories. You've got a roof rack, you've got some traction boards up there, and what I like is they've extended the rear rail system, and there's some extra tubular bars on there where they have mounted some roto packs. I really think that is a very cool design. If you could figure something out to do like that and still be able to put the top on, you could find a way to store some heavy stuff like a big old can of water on there. I love how they did this. I think it's a very clean look, although I don't think driving down the road without a windshield would be very practical, but out here in Moab, it works. The back of the Birdcage has some really nice features that I think would be awesome to come to production someday. Now there is a light protection cover here, which would be very nice to have so you don't destroy those very expensive lights. But on the back of the tailgate, there is a tailgate table, and I love having a tailgate table, but what I really like about this is check this gauge out and this here. This is where they have mounted their air up system. So there is a start stop button, so you plug in your air hose and you can go air up your tires after a great day on the trail and having air down, and now you can fill them right up. But I was looking at this and I was trying to figure out, how did they do this? How did they mount this and wire this? There's no plumbing here for an air compressor, so how did they do that? Well, they put the air compressor inside the tire mount. What a clever place to put that. I think that makes a very clean design, and it keeps everything nice and simple. What a great way to go air up your tires. I would love to see that as an option in the future. That would be very cool. In the back here, you've got this nice bed cover where you can mount stuff back here, and it's on struts, so you can lift that up and access your gear very easily. And then when you close this down and close the tailgate up, that secures that. So that's pretty cool. I like that. On the interior of the Birdcage, there's some really nice features, but I mentioned there's no windshield. So what are you gonna do when you're driving in that wind and the bugs are in your face? Well, they've given some cool retro goggles. I'm gonna have to wear these when we take this thing for a test drive. I love the distressed leather of these seats, and then of course they did the blue stitching because it's a 4xe. We've got some half doors, which are great when you're out here. It just gives you more of a little open air experience. And there's a nice rail system up here so you mount some GoPros or any other accessories. All right, what do you say we take this thing for a quick little drive? All right, driving in the Birdcage. We don't have a front window. We're gonna have our goggles on, especially with all this wind. We don't want to make sure we don't get any sand blown in our face. All right, here we go. The great thing about the 4xe is it's got all kinds of torque. When you're out on the road or out on the trail, when you get on it, it's there instantly because it's electric power, which is very unique. And it's got the Mopar suspension. So I've driven a Wrangler with the Mopar 2-inch lift and 37-inch tires, and I gotta say it's a great combination, so I'm glad to see it on this vehicle. It'll take you anywhere you want to go, and down the road, drivability, it's great, but man, what an open air experience, and what a great place to be experiencing it. How about these goggles? The Jeep Wrangler Birdcage concept. I think there's some really cool features in here. I love the color, and I love what they've done to the back with the air system and that storage rack and the whole cage system. There's a lot of potential there. I think maybe we'll see some of that stuff in the future. I hope you've enjoyed hanging out with us, checking out this cool concept. And if you haven't seen the other videos that we filmed, I will leave links down below. We've been busy out here at Easter Jeep Safari. Make sure you check us out over at TrailRecon.com. Thanks for watching.